Okay, what's up? Alright, so this is like Joint House right there. So y'all already know I'm outside doing my thing, right? So I was sitting there watching this video on Instagram earlier today, and it was like this woman. Damn, my hair just won't lay the hell down. Anyway, so I was watching this video about this lady from Africa, and she's like, I won't marry a man unless he got 4 wives, like unless he got 3 or 4 wives already, and like So, Africa's a little bit different than the U.S. In the U.S., polygamy is not marriage, right? It's just you having, like, side pieces and multiple girlfriends, type situation. But in Africa, you can actually get married to these people, right? Anyway, so this lady, she was like, I won't marry a man unless he got 3 or 4 wives, right? And he was like, that way I know that he not selfish. That he's not selfish. He's not a selfish person, you know what I mean? And we can all share, Now, here's the thing, right? Originally, when I started talking about polygamy a couple of years ago, like, people really didn't know what to think, But see, this really what got me into polygamy, right? And when I say into it, meaning like, I'm not necessarily saying that I am into polygamy. I'm not saying that I'm not into it. What I'm saying is, I would not confirm or deny my stance on this situation. But what I am saying is that I find it to be interesting, right? But really what got me interested, just in the lifestyle and not looking at it as like a bad thing, right, was the fact that I realized that the mother shared the responsibility of the kids, right? And I say this because I come from a single parent household, right? I come from a single parent household. I was raised by majority women. I was raised by like, what the hell is my hair doing? It won't let that. Anyway, but yeah, I was raised by like majority women. So anyway, what I noticed is that a lot of women, if they had more help, you know what I mean, and if they had more like of a communal type situation, where they actually like work together, maybe live closer together, right? I think that a lot of the women would have had happier personal lives, right? Because a lot of times the women get tied down with these kids, right? And either they tied down with these kids, they ain't got no money, or they tied down with these kids, they ain't got no time. It means they don't have no time for themselves. They don't have no money to spend on themselves. You know what I'm saying? So really, like, as a person, they disappear and they just become a mother, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So like, when it came down to polygamy, what I noticed was that a lot of the women shared the responsibility of raising the children, right? And that's what really, really made me start looking at polygamy differently, right? That. And also, just the roles and responsibilities in the household too. You know what I mean? Because like, these men out here, they'll sit there and say, well, I want a woman that cook, clean, do dishes, scrub the floors, all this crazy shit. It's like, bro, who the fuck? And then you want me to have a career and be a bad bitch on top of that, and a mother on top of that, and a freak. Like, you asking for a lot, cuz. Like, damn. But like, when you got like a polygamist, hi y'all. When you got like a polygamist type setting, you know what I mean? You don't have all the responsibility just on you. Like, I'ma cook Thursday, you gonna cook, you know what I'm saying? You gonna cook Wednesday, I might cook, he gonna cook Tuesday, I'ma cook Monday, somebody gotta cook Sunday. We gonna rotate. You know what I'm saying? Like, the responsibilities are lesser. And then what about them days when y'all don't feel like having sex with each other? Like, what about them days when you just be like, I hate this nigga. You know what I'm saying? I want him to roll down a flight of stairs. He get on my nerves. You know what I mean? Then you got a backup wife that's already there, and you just go lay with her somewhere. You know what I mean? What if you want to take 6 weeks, 2 months, 4 months to yourself and just be like, go live your life? You know what I'm saying? Because you sick of this itchy ass nigga. Then you got a backup wife that's already there, and you don't have to worry about that. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't want to talk to each other for about 2 years. You ever consider that? You got a backup wife there. Boom. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? You see how that works? People don't understand. Like, honestly, me, right? I'm really not the type of person that likes to share their husband. I'm going to be very honest with you. In in a romantic capacity. Wait, hold on, wait. Am I using the right words? I don't like to share my husband in the capacity of like. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, when it comes down to polygamy, right? And just like, I guess these just random thoughts in my head, okay? This is not me confirming or denying anything or how I run my relationships. What I am saying is that me growing up, I read the story. I'm sorry, I'm walking by this FedEx form. But yeah, okay, so me growing up, I read the story of Nefertiti, right? And it like freaked the hell out of me. Cause like, okay, you know Nefertiti, she was the wife of was it Amun Ra? I don't know. Whatever her husband's name was, I don't remember. But the point is like, wait, is this the right? Was it? Yeah. Okay, so Nefertiti was like his number one wife. She was like the Beyonce of that time. Like for real. Like it was literally like Beyonce, Jay-Z. Like reading it and just really like knowing Beyonce, Jay-Z. They was literally like Beyonce, Jay-Z at the time, right? Okay. And so the second wife, I think she was like the second or the third wife, right? I don't remember what her name was, but she got mad because Nefertiti's son was first in line for like the place of the throne or something like that. Long story short, Shadi did what she had to do to get Nefertiti, like basically jam Nefertiti up so she can get her out the way, get her exiled. You know, I don't know exactly, I can't remember exactly what she did, but she made it look like she was being disloyal to Amun Ra Mahakmahu, whatever his name is, the king, right? They had her set up, and then I don't exactly remember if she was cheating on him. I don't think it really had nothing to do with cheating. More, she was being a traitor or something like that. I don't remember. But she set her up. And dude, the king, like, exiled her. He was trying to kill her. Actually, he was trying to kill her and everything. But they ended up, everybody loved her. So they was like, no, don't kill her. Just exile her. So they exiled her for all these years. Blah, blah, blah. But he didn't find out until later on. And matter of fact, I don't even remember if he found out or not. That all this shit was made up and it was a lie. And then his third wife basically jammed Nefertiti up. And so because of that reason, that's why I say I really don't like. I never really been fond of polygamy. Ideally it makes sense. But like actually, like in real life, that's really something you gotta look out for. You know what I mean? Because like being in a polygamous relationship as a woman, your children are very valuable assets. You know what I mean? In this game. And I hate to say that, but even when it come down to baby mamas and child support, you know what I'm saying? Like for real. Cause after the fourth or fifth one or something like that, you ain't getting what the other one's getting. You know what I'm saying? Like you pretty much gambling with your life at that point. You feel me? But like when it come to your kids and polygamy, whether even when it's like with baby mamas and stuff, like you got to be careful, because I'm guaranteeing you that next woman, at least one of them women is hating on you. They plotting. I'm telling you, at least one of them is plotting, right? Everybody don't have like one of them personalities where you can like coexist and share. You got these big fish type bitches that really they would try to X your ass out, controlling types. You know what I'm saying? Oh well, I run this. It's like, nah, bitch, this everybody's house. Nah, but she think it's her house. You know what I'm saying? That bitch will get you the fuck gone. If not, she'll try to kill you or your kids. Like I'm not. You like that's why I never really like polygamy for real, because of that factor. Especially when you dealing with a man that got money. And to be honest, like some people in today's time, like that's one thing I do like about like some of the men, even though they get on my fucking nerves. I will say this: a lot of them do know how to like keep their women in place. You know what I mean? When like some of the men that got money, they do know how to keep their women in place for the most part. You don't like Nick Cannon. You don't really hear too much about his women going out wild and on tangents and shit. You never really hear about it, which I think is very good for his image and stuff. And like a couple of other like celebrities or politicians and stuff, you don't really hear baby mamas or secret babies just going off on tangents and starting drama, you know. So a lot of these men really do know how to keep their women in place. But even still, even with some of them being in place, them motherfuckers still will kill your kids. Like, they will kill kids to get them out the way. they will you, bitch. Like, especially if they getting that $300,000 child support every month, you know, type shit. Like, they got this type of situation, bitch. They got money to put on your head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hell nah. That's one thing I never really liked about polygamy, though. Was like the jealousy part. You know? And even though, like, as a woman, I don't get too jealous, you know, when it comes down to like other women. And people be like, you ain't the finest woman. You got the nerve. Yeah, I got the nerve and the audacity, but I'm not jealous though. You know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, I have nothing to be jealous about. I don't give a damn if I look like a toenail, bitch. I have nothing to be jealous about, trust me. Anyway, I know what I get. The fuck? But yeah, I don't know. Polygamy for me, like, I don't know. But I just thought it was really, really interesting. Like the video, she was like, I will only be with a man that got at least 4 wives. And one of the comments was like, this bitch just lazy. She don't feel like doing nothing. And it's really like for real true though. Cause like I get that. Cause in today's time, it's really not a lot of like men, heterosexual men or bisexual, to be honest. It's really not a lot of heterosexual and bisexual like men available for women to build a family with. You know? So it's almost kind of sort of like polygamy is it's either going to happen or we got to accept it at some point. It don't have to be this point in my lifetime, but at some point, maybe not this point, bitch, but at some point, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? Because life still has to go on, period. Like naturally, I'm speaking like on biology at this point. Like naturally, life still gotta go on. You know what I'm saying? Like we still gotta live on. We still gotta preserve life. And people like to say, oh, there's only one race. No, bitch, it's not. It's like 50 different races out here. And I don't mean no harm, but the only way black people gonna survive is we got to have black babies. I'm sorry, no offense, but that's just real shit. You know, the only way Mexicans don't survive, you gotta have the Mexican babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do. And I don't know, even though we can grow babies in the lab now, I guess they back working on this science experiment, I wouldn't trust it. You know what I mean? I just don't trust genetically modified kids. I mean, you see what these genetically modified food is doing. Do you want a genetically modified child? I don't think so. You want a fucking Chucky child? You can have one. Just don't bring them to my baby's school. Absolutely the fuck not. But I don't know. Back to the topic. Polygamy interesting. Ideally speaking. Right? But I don't think it's for every man though. Honestly. And I mean just like the standard polygamy, like having multiple women in the household, you know, a man being able to lead multiple women. I don't think that's for every man. And I say that because every man don't want multiple women, number one. Like some men really just don't want to deal with all that. especially when it be like some men that grew up around a lot of women, they be like, hell nah, I want all them females in my house. Absolutely the fuck not. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It ain't for every man though, cause a lot of men be struggling trying to handle one woman. You know what I'm saying? Let alone 3 or 4. That's a lot. For real, to be honest. That's a lot. You know. But if I must be honest about this, we do that every day. You know, a lot of people be talking about, oh, she got a work husband. So what? That's the nigga that look after her at work. Let that nigga look after her at work. Hell, when it come down to somebody that's gonna have her back at work, Let that motherfucker have her back at work. He gonna put her name in the tag, in the thing, in the little bucket for a promotion. Let that nigga do that. You know what I'm saying? The woman at his job. I don't be tripping. He flirting with that woman, that's fine. Just keep that musty bitch at the job. You understand what I'm saying? Don't bring her home. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck about that bitch. Oh, she gonna do your hair extra nice. Okay. She gonna feed you and I ain't gotta pack you a lunch or whatever. Okay, that's fine. Sure. Okay. You know what I mean? Boundaries. You know. We do that every day though, really. When you think about it. You know. You always go to that bar, you flirting to get in the club. It's always that one dude you talking to when you need some weed. You know what I mean? It's always that one girl you gonna call that's gonna do your hair. You know what I mean? So technically we do this polygamy thing anyway. Like biologically anyway. And to be honest, a lot of people talk about financial polygamy. Right? And I think it's not a triangle, it's actually, they say it's 3 men, 3 girls, 3 women to every 1 man. That's the points. So it's 4 points. Really, I think it's 5, but it's 4 points, and it's 3 women to every 1 man. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what these men be telling you. But child, these men also tell you they get blue balls, so you can't trust shit they say. But but yeah, polygamy is just really like a part of like growth and development, really. You know, like it don't have to actually be polygamy, but we do that anyway, just naturally, biologically anyway. It's just a part of capitalism, you know, for real. These women, especially these young hoes, right? They gonna date these older men. Why? Because they gonna take them on trips. Because it's good for their business, it's good for their career. You know what I mean? They gonna date. They gonna date the young guy, the young thug whippersnapper, scamper. You know, that's out here in these streets thugging. Of course she gonna date him because he got good genes. You know what I mean? Genetically, she can have a very good and strong, viable kid with that man. Of course she's gonna date him. And she gonna date that old man too. You know what I'm saying? Of course she gonna have some dude at her job that she loves. That's gonna bring her food every day. Of course she is. Like, biologically, we do this shit anyway. You know what I mean? It's just, when it comes down to making it like a structure in relationships, is where it gets a little tricky and hostile. You know what I mean? It gets a little dangerous, to be honest. And it goes back to that story about Nefertiti when I was telling you, when that third wife really got her ass gone over some bullshit because she was hating. Because Nefertiti's son had the title to the throne and hers didn't. You know. But it's like you signed up to be a third wife. But then that's also the thing about polygamy, right? Especially when you're dealing with men that got money. Yes, the bitch gonna sign up to be the third wife, right? But the whole 18 years of your child's existence, this bitch is plotting on how to get your ass the fuck out the way. I'm telling you, you can't trust nobody out here. And that's why, like, when it comes down to, like, a lot of women, and to be honest, the last couple of years, like, you know, I just kind of stopped talking about relationships a lot, right? And I just started paying attention, watching, listening. You know, I still have my own personal thoughts about this, that, and the third. You know, hey, how you doing? Hey. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, but yeah, the last couple of years I just been like listening, so I just completely stopped talking. You know, when it comes down to like relationships and stuff like that, right? And like a lot of the wives lately have been very aggressive. You know. What's up, baby? How you doing? I'm alright. But yeah, they be like real aggressive, right? About, you know, their men. And I understand why, because it's like, okay, y'all took them vows, you know what I'm saying? It's your man. But I don't know. Thinking about it like, you know, from a polygamist aspect, looking at, what is it called, monogamy, from a polygamous aspect, you know. um I don't know. I understand why these women are so aggressive when it comes to their relationships, you know. I do. I realize why they are so aggressive, you know, because of this story pertaining to like the Nefertiti story, right? This bitch will get your ass the fuck on, you know. Bitch that's not his best friend. That's the bitch in line trying to get your ass gone. You know what I mean? So I really understand. I've always understood, but I think I understand a little bit more now, like why these bitches so aggressive, you know. And for me personally, ugh, I don't know. I don't know. I can't really. When the heck we get this? I'm discovering stuff on the side of the street. But I don't know really how I feel about polygamy for real, for real. To be honest, I don't really know how I feel about it, and I really can't speak on it publicly, you know, because I feel like when it comes down to my relationship status and what me and potentially my future husband decides to do, you know, with how we live our lives, I prefer to keep that private, you know, because I just think it'll go a little bit smoother if we did. Now, of course, people gonna have their speculations, things gonna happen, but I do think that it'll go a little bit smoother if we actually kept the intimate details. Like, we could be like, yeah, this, that, and the third. We can have our opinions, you know. We can say we tried this, and the third, you know, whatever. But when it comes down to what we actually for real do, I prefer to keep that just quiet. Like, I have my outlook on how I would like my relationship to be structured. You know, I don't know if he's down with it. I don't know what his ideas are. You know, what's up, baby? I don't know what his ideas are, but yeah, doing my podcast. Yeah, my bad. I had to talk to somebody. But whenever I get married, like, you know, I have my ideas on like the type of relationship that I want. You know, and I've never really told anybody, you know, because I say a lot of shit, so you really don't know what is and what is not true. But yeah, I have my ideas on what I want. You know what I mean? As far as like a type of relationship, type of marriage that I want, and I know what I like. You know, I don't know if he'd be down for it. He might. Never know. Never know. Never know. Never know. Never know. Never know. But when it comes down to like having multiple women living in my household, I don't know about this shit. Hell no. Like, it ain't, I don't know. Hell no. In my vicinity, I don't think I'm really with it. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm with it. I don't. But you never really know though, for real, for real. To be honest, like, to be for real, I don't know. I think it's some benefit. I really do think it's like really like benefits to a polygamous relationship. I really, really think it is. Like, I really like support people that are polygamous. I do. I support them 100%. You know, in their journeys to be polygamous. You know, they commit. I'm talking about the ones that commit to the lifestyle. I support them 100%. You feel me? I tried to do a lot of like research and stuff like that, you know, to kind of learn a little bit more about it. But unfortunately, you know, my phone and my life was hacked by dingy ass people. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the information I needed. But I guess that ain't such a bad thing, you know. I guess it'll come what it's supposed to, you know. But yeah, when it comes down to the lifestyle, I think it's interesting, you know, just the types of people and the ideas we have, or just the lives that we create, really, you know, because sometimes we don't even get, like, I know for a fact, like, being in a relationship, you know, for like a long time, or being in a marriage for like a long time, right? shit gets stale. Y'all start talking to other people secretly. You know, even if it's for just like emotional connection, just somebody to be happy for you, proud of you, you know, whatever, whoop the whoop, blah, 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 right? So y'all start talking to other people, you know, sometimes. Even if it ain't on purpose, you do, you know, sometimes. And that's just most marriages. Then you had these like phenomenal marriages where people just really be down for like 50 years and it's so perfect. But no. But like normal fucking people marriages, this shit just hit the fan. Especially nowadays, the shit would hit the fucking fan real bad, real quick, you know. Y'all start talking to each other for like that like couple of months, damn near 2-3 years really before y'all able to get back happy, you know, to your happy place. And in that time period, more than likely most men are gonna cheat. It might be physical, it might be mental, it might be financial, you know, whatever, but they're going to cheat usually. And then if the man cheat, it just opens it up for the woman to cheat. So anyway, y'all just not paying attention to each other for like the moment. You know what I mean? And then like I said, it might be 6 months, it might be 3 months, it might be 2 years. You know, it just be like this sometimes, you know. And then, but we could say, oh, that's a form of polygamy. I wouldn't put it under that label, but it kind of is though, you know, which is like, I know why people frown on polygamy. You know, you don't really want to make that a thing. I'm going to be honest. Like when it comes down to securing your bag, you got to secure your man and your woman. You feel me? So with that being said, you know, I don't, in this culture, I wouldn't be promoting polygamy like that either. I ain't gonna hold you. I really wouldn't. You know, especially when it comes down to like, those trials and tribulations like in marriages. Because like usually, me being a former stripper, you know, a lot of men that we got in there was either single men that just didn't have nobody to talk to, didn't have nowhere to go, you know, or it was like men that was in like marriages that really was kind of stale, you know, and they just needed some fucking attention. You know what I'm saying? And yet those, when a man is and when a man specifically don't have nobody to like be happy for him or be proud of him, you know, and really just like stroke his ego and stuff, he gonna go find another woman to do it. Or he might find a man to do it. You know what I mean? For real, for real. You know, and it opens the door, you know, Pandora's box of bringing other people into your relationship. Now, here's the thing though. Sometimes in relationships, like I said, it get boring in monogamous relationships. That shit get boring as hell. You know, and sometimes, you know, like they say, every 10 years, I think every 5 years, usually you growing into like a different person. You know what I'm saying? And so when you growing into like this different person and shit, it's like, why would, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like, okay, if we not growing in the same direction, but we still love each other, we don't want to really break up with each other. You know, right now things are not good, but hell, I need somebody on my team, and you just not doing it. Yeah, I'm going to talk to somebody else. Yes, I'm going to, you know, seek that attention and validation from somewhere else, of course, duh, yes. So with that being said, it's like, okay, sometimes that other person be helpful, you know, because if your spouse or whatever is growing left and you growing right, you know, but y'all don't want to break up, it's almost like you have to accept the fact that they gonna be talking to somebody else, because that's the only way you guys gonna have a happy spouse. Because bitch, if he's not talking to you, bitch, he needs somebody to fucking talk to. You need to keep that motherfucker occupied, unless you're gonna hook him up to a game system. And even then, I still feel like you can see, like, I mean, but see, that's the thing. Like, even when your relationships get fucked up like that and they be real stale like that, you can hook that man up to a game system. You ain't even gotta bring another woman in the picture. You can hook him up to a game system, but he still gonna find somebody else to talk to. But you can hook that nigga up to a game system. I'm dead ass serious. Hey, dead fucking serious. I am. How you doing? Good. For real. You know, and that's one thing. But it's like, but as I was saying, you know, too, like earlier in the conversation, I was saying like how polygamy, like you have a woman that, like I said, in polygamy, it's like relationships and stuff like that, how they would help the women, the wives, they would help each other, like, you know, with the kids and stuff like that. They would help each other, like, with the kids and stuff. And it allows the wives to also still be women, you know what I mean? Like, be their own person. They don't have to just be a mother. They don't have to just be a wife. It allows them that extra time to still, like, be their person. But when you are in a monogamous relationship and y'all growing in two different directions, you know what I'm saying? If I'm growing right and you growing left, that means I need my time to myself. That means you need your time to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You need to find yourself because you growing in the direction I'm not going in, you know. And if you feel like you need to talk to somebody else, you know, to give you that attention that I'm not giving you, you got to do what you got to do, you know. Because one thing I've learned that in relationships, that if you sit and you wait on your spouse, you sit and you wait on your partner to get it right, to see the fact that they're hurting you, to see the fact that you need help, you need to reach, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? You end up sacrificing yourself. You know what I mean? And in sacrificing yourself, you allowing open opportunity and availability for somebody else to come in and steal that shit. Now, it's one thing if y'all just separating for a little while, you know, he doing his thing, you doing your thing. That's one thing. But when you sacrifice yourself, you didn't cut your own damn self at the picture. You feel what I'm saying? So, while he, like, it ain't really no point in, like, trying to wait on this, you know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all growing in two different directions, y'all don't have to break up. If you feel like, oh, I love him, I love her, y'all don't have to break up. You know what I'm saying? He just need a little attention right now. You just need a little attention right now. You need somebody that's on your level to talk to. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody. Sometimes it be like that. So you need like, you know what I'm saying? Need a little young timber up in there, you know, to keep you occupied, keep you fresh, you know, keep you on top of your shit, you know. Because if you don't, you're going to sacrifice yourself, you're going to cut yourself out your own damn picture, you feel me? So a lot of people don't really want to talk about that part of, like, monogamous relationships. Like, sometimes you really do be needing that little extra person to add a little spice to the sauce, you know what I'm talking about? And it's for real. For real. Yep. But as far as polygamy go, like, I think that's something that we kind of do anyway. You know, I think that's just something we do biologically. You know, most, not all, species on this planet have their own mating rituals. You know what I mean? But I think with us, you know, humans being the most intelligent people on the planet, we don't have to abide by any particular mating ritual or lifestyle ritual, you know, and we understand that as humans, you know, like penguins, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's penguins where they find one mate and they stay with that person the whole life, you know, versus a lion. It's one male to every, like, how many women, you know? But honestly, I really want to get into, like, the biology and the psychology of this one day, but I'm not gonna do it today. because really y'all ain't even ready for that info. But yeah, I really just kind of feel like as a human, we smart enough to say, okay, I want to be in a polygamous relationship, or I want to be in a spicy kind of lifestyle where it's just, we in a monogamous relationship, but we like to do XYZ, or, you have some relationships where they do like long distance. And like these long distance relationships where it's like, yeah, we together, but we really be with other people, but non-sexually, type shit. I don't know. Everybody relationship weird as hell to me. We married, but we don't like each other. We just married for the benefits. Like, you know what I mean? As a human, you can make those decisions. You know what I'm saying? And everything still be okay. But as a person, as a, I don't know. I just don't think it's like a right or wrong answer. I just think you gotta do what you gotta do for you, though. You know what I'm talking about? Like, if you into multiple wives and into multiple husbands, I say do what you gotta do for you. Like, I be posting all the time, like on my social media. I talk about how like women can have multiple husbands. I think it's kind of cool. I fuck with it. I say if you can pull it off, do it. You know what I mean? Like, as a woman, a lot of men find it to be nasty that one woman could be married to multiple men. Personally, I feel like, bitch, I'm rooting for you. You hear me? You got two whole, solid, real, live men with penises and testicles to say, we're gonna be with you openly against the whole world, calling y'all punks. And I'm not saying punks like gay, but I'm saying punks like weak. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they view men, that are in, hold on, what is that called? It's in relationships like that with women where it be like multiple men will be with one woman. I'm like, why the fuck would you marry her? Y'all can just toss her. Why y'all mean? But truth be told, like, if a woman could pull it off, I say go for it. You hear me? Let life be great. You hear me? For real, for real. I love it. I think it's wonderful. I think it's a great thing. Now, do I think I really want a lifestyle like that? I don't know. I don't know why I would, but you never know. You never know. I know when I get old, when I get like 70 years old after my husband died, I'm going to give me 2 sugar babies. I know that. Give me a young, hot Thundercat. You hear me? I can't wait. Yes, indeed, child. Get my skin sucked back. Put it in my booty fat. But I'm giving me some 2 sugar babies. It's on and popping. You hear me? As soon as my husband, fresh body, hit that dirt, baby, it's over with. You hear me? I'm taking that life insurance policy and give me 2 young hot tenders. I am. Show them. Hey, how you doing?
All right.
I show them. But I feel like if a woman can pull that off, where you got 2 men and you married to both of them, bitch, I support you. Okay, I'm rooting for you. Okay, we finna be best friends. Okay, because it's something I'm not doing out here in these streets that you doing, and I need to know what the fuck it is. Okay, I see what I said. But yeah, that's all I get for today. I'm just talking that set my neck really, really for real, for real. You hear me? You hear me? But anyway, y'all have a great day. Y'all be great. All right. All right.